Hello, my name is Kayla Eastridge, and I will be discussing the influential aspects of dark tourism. Venturing sites that were previously associated with death, tragedy, and suffering may strike someone as insensitive or inhumane. Yet such travels and explorations are quite beneficial. Before blaming those who decide to walk around burial grounds, concentration camps, memorials, and historical landmarks, understand the ideology behind dark tourism. Dark tourism has become a widespread phenomenon, meaning the media will try to convert you to either one side or the other. The public may find themselves struggling to choose a side, afraid of presenting unsympathetic to others, and in the end, missing out on an enriching experience. Death is universal. No matter who you are, in one shape or another, you will experience death or lose a loved one in your life. Textbooks lack the ability to immerse someone into a traumatic event, as pictures do not always do justice. Whether one may be a history teacher taking their students on a field trip, or an individual interested in the historical significance of a specific tragedy, one may find themselves capable of absorbing more information through dark tourism. Dark tourism, or exploring places once linked with death and tragedy, can spread awareness and hold educational value. Well, first, one might ask, what is dark tourism? Dark tourism is a form of tourism that involves traveling to locations that are historically related to death and tragedy. People tend to travel to these sites to learn about historical events that took place. In other cases, people are visiting cemeteries, some for the remembrance of their loved ones, others for the architectural and photographic aspect. Tombstone tourists can be categorized under dark tourism, much like Holocaust tourism and disaster tourism as well. Dark tourism can be motivated by a wide variety of reasons, such as cultural, educational, or even intrinsic motives. People often participate in dark tourism to be further educated upon the death or tragedy that has taken place, such as the Holocaust or Chernobyl. Museums and memorials are areas open to the public, most free of charge, yet have strict rules and guidelines that must be followed. A lot of the time, tourists visit these places to understand their ancestry or pay respect to loved ones. Tributes such as the Hiroshima Memorial Museum not only help keep the memories of those who lost their lives alive, but spread awareness to future generations, almost like a warning to the youth to never let history repeat itself. Well, now one might ask, what is the impact of dark tourism? Dark tourism is beneficial for those of all ages, ethnicity, and cultural backgrounds, as touring these sites can fill in the blank space of the unknown. Individuals who are well versed and aware of the sensationalism of dark tourism lack disapproval of it. These people assert that the most consequential dark tourism locations could assist travelers' comprehension of the present day and become more contemplative regarding the future. Even people who are extremely knowledgeable about history may find enjoyment in visiting these sites as they can visually understand what has been discussed in textbooks, journal entries, and various academic sources. Dark tourism has provided many opportunities for many scholars in various fields. Growing public interest in dark sites as a lucrative source of tourist revenue in niche area within the broader field of mass tourism has sparked academic interest and among scholars spanning the interdisciplinary domains of sociology, tourism, cultural studies, history, psychology, memory, and depth. A lot of the time, people visit these sites in order to better understand their heritage. One of the core missions of cultural and heritage tourism, in particular, is to provide educational opportunities to visitors through guided tours and interpretation. Similarly, individual visits to dark tourism sites to gain knowledge, understanding, and educational opportunities continue to have intrinsic educational value. Admittingly, some people believe dark tourism is the exploitation of human suffering for profit and entertainment purposes. Although in some cases dark tourism can be exploitive, for the most part, sites and organizations tend to set in place strict regulations to prevent ill intentions. These places are commonly free of charge, yet when payment is due, such profit is contributed to the revenue, which keeps these memorials and museums running. Dark tourist sites hold those who cause such traumatic events accountable. Furthermore, numerous places of death, catastrophes, and enormities can utilize dark tourism as a resource for profitable income. Although these pursuits can provide historical, ideological, psychological, and national benefits for society, they also pose economic efficiency. In some cases on these sites of disaster, volunteer tourism arises. And as we come to a conclusion of dark tourism, we can say dark tourism overall can be a positive pursuit that covers many different topics, all of which contribute to fulfilling one's curiosity. Dark tourism on the surface may seem peculiar, but indefinitely can impact someone greatly, both from a cultural awareness perspective and educational standpoint. The ability to grieve with others can be presented through dark tourism as well, and commemorates the dead. History is doomed to repeat itself without society's ability to educate others on the traumatic events of the past. Organizations who open these sites to the public must make sure to remain respectful, along with visitors as well. Thank you for joining my presentation.